Welcome back to I'm Divinely Faceted. Listen, I did a free write last night, and the free write was about route to self. Okay? Ancestors closest to the sun, please help me channel this message. Please tune into my frequency or allow me to tune into yours. Please protect me as I channel through this energy. All ancestors closest to the sun, you may remain. All others, you must leave. Okay. Now, I made some new cards. Hold on. All of this ash. Okay. So I made some new cards. And the card that is on top is Guardian. Okay. And on the back of this card is Aset or Isis with magic here. Okay. That is giving me the energy that somebody here definitely has a guardian who is Isis here. You definitely carry that magic. Okay. Let me see what room we got to start us off with. Wow, stillness, and it came out sideways. Okay, so that might be the energy of, wow, a mystery. Okay, is on the bottom of that deck. Okay, or the unknown. Okay, so you could be thinking or feeling that something is holding you back, but you don't know what that is. Okay, or you may not know that there's an energy of ego surrounding you or is around you. Okay, dang. All right, let me pick a room. I'm trying to channel already. Like, soon as I open this read up, it's a lot that starts. All right, let's see. What's the room? Okay. This is Hagalaz. Okay. Hagalaz. I believe that's change, storm, and disruption. Okay. I believe so. I believe that is change, storm, and disruption. Hold on. Change, storm, and disruption. All right. Hagalaz. All right. So the energy that I am picking up on, I am seeing there is some sort of disruption that is coming your way, or some change that is about to happen in your life. Okay. This may be a storm that protects you or a storm that warns you. I'm getting storm warning. Okay, this is the energy that I am picking up. You do have a little bit of stagnant energy that I am seeing here. Okay, so somebody may not know which direction to go in. Okay, someone may not even know. Okay, guardian. All right, so as far as guardian being out here, all right, you're being urged to go in, okay, and talk to your ancestors. All right, there's somebody here that's possibly at some sort of a crossroad, not knowing exactly which way to go. Okay, or you feel like you are in this stagnant type of energy. Okay, ancestors is definitely saying to get in contact with your magic. Whatever this is something that is a mystery to you. Okay, this is what I am getting. I'm seeing gift here in reverse. Okay, or exchange in reverse. You could be somebody who feels like something is not happening for you, that some sort of an exchange is not happening for you. Okay, and you don't know exactly what is going on. All right, very significant. I keep placing my cards down. I've already cleaned off my table, but I keep hearing like these crumbs, like the crumbs from the ash, as if it's like gritty. Okay, so it's something very significant with grit. All right, you could be basically on some sort of a grind. Okay, this is the energy that I am picking up. All right, but as far as my free write, the cards, the runes that came out was Dagaz, which is door. I got door from that. Taiwaz, which is the arrow, and that came out in reverse. And then I had Kanaz, which also came out in reverse, and Kanaz is knowledge. So what I got from that is that there is a door that is going to be opening up to you. Okay, by Taiwan's truth coming out in reverse and knowledge coming out in reverse, somebody do not want you to have access to that truth or access to that knowledge, okay? This is the energy that I am getting, okay? I'm picking up on the energy of that truth, and that knowledge is found within self. You cannot find it anywhere else, okay? This is the energy that I am getting. A lot of people believe and feel that they have to go to a book to get the information, okay? You don't necessarily have to go to a book, okay? A lot of my information is vision, a lot of my information is dream, a lot of my information is intuition, a lot of it is download, okay? You don't have to always go to a book. To me, what I do is I use a book to confirm what I've already seen. I want to compare, I want to see, okay, so if God showed me this, what is this talking about? Okay, that is how I use books. I don't use books to actually program my mind. I let my mind be free. I let my mind do its own thing. Okay, I let my mind show me what it is. Okay, in my visions and in my dreams and in my mind, I've been to Egypt already, but I have not physically been to Egypt, but I have seen myself in Egypt. Okay, how else would I know that they have like sacred places with alabaster walls? All right, I've seen this. Okay, put it in the comments if you are from Egypt or if you are from Africa. Okay, are the sacred places, do they have alabaster walls? Okay, but that is more so what the type of information that you get when you go within, when you go toward you. Okay, so route to self is my free write. Okay, when taking the journey or the route to self, things will not happen right away, but it will begin to open and show itself to you. Your spirit has to first trust and become one with consciousness, consciousness of mind. To become conscious in mind, you must pay attention to every part of you, like you listen and feel your heartbeat. The energy on self activates self healing and gives you the ability to restore different parts of your body. Have you ever wondered why teeth have the ability, equipment, and proof to restore itself, but it only does it once? Why? When we are born with the blood, not only do we have the ability for our teeth, but we also have the ability for our nails, our hair, our skin. So why doesn't the rest of your body not process, regrow, and restore? We have the ability, so what is hindering that growth and reproduction of any part of your body at will? Okay? That is my free write. All right. Now, what I got from this free write, all right, we have to start asking the right questions. We have to start asking questions, period. Okay. Why do our nails, why do our only certain parts of our body have the ability to grow back? Okay. Why only the fourth teeth? Okay. How come you just your front teeth can come out, or all of them can come out, but why is it that they only do it once? All right, this is the energy that you have to look for. Okay, our bodies is more dynamic than what they have us seeing. Okay, our nails grow back, our skin cover over and become new skin. So why don't the rest of our body behave in this manner? If our liver is damaged, why don't it repair itself? If our pancreas is damaged, why don't it repair itself? What is hindering our body from helping to reheal and to restore? We have to start asking those type of questions. But in order to um, start somewhere, you have to take all the energy that you put in something else, all right, that definitely grows and produces. When you put energy into that, okay, if you put energy, let's say, into a garden, or if you put energy into finishing school, okay, you have a good outcome with those, all right? It's time for us to start putting that energy into us, all right? Because what will be the outcome once we start putting that energy into ourselves, okay? This is the thing that we have to definitely try to get in contact with, okay? I am seeing that there is somebody here that's a little bit stagnant. You could possibly feel like your gifts are stagnant, okay? You could have possibly not have known that SEX is connected to your sacral energy, okay, and that your sacral energy is also your site of magic, okay. This is the energy that I am picking up on. Now, the downloads that I got was dollhouse, okay, something very significant with a dollhouse here. Drop kick, okay, clarity, scorch, innocence, and Taylor. Okay, so somebody's name could be Taylor. All right, somebody could have a little girl here with Dow House. All right, I'm getting that there is going to be some sort of an accusation here. This is what I'm picking up with drop kick, scorch, innocence, and clarity. Okay, it's almost giving me the energy of some sort of um conflict, or somebody's having some sort of a problem here, like there's going to be some sort of a fight here, but somebody is innocent. It's almost giving the energy of one blaming someone else, but that person is actually innocent. All right, it's giving me the energy of somebody trying to clear up a situation here. This is what I am getting. Tailor made. All right, this is also what I'm picking up. Somebody could possibly have their clothes tailor made. Whoever is involved in this situation that I am discussing right now, somebody tailor makes their clothes. Okay, I am, or somebody makes their daughter's clothes. Is giving me that type of energy here. Scorch. Okay, burning is what I'm picking up on. All right, so I'm not sure whether or not this is like a STD or whether or not this is actually a fire set. Okay, this is the energy that I am getting by SEX coming out here in reverse and mystery. Okay, this is giving me scorch, may be some sort of an STD here. This is what I am picking up on. All right, SEX, somebody stop having SEX with somebody. All right, because something is going on with their body that they don't know. Okay, the unknown, somebody don't know what is going on. All right, stagnant. All right, I'm pulling all this together. This is like stagnant energy. So somebody definitely is at a standstill. Somebody is not dealing with another person here because there's been some sort of a change in your body, or a change, not just a change in your body, but a storm that has occurred here between you and someone else. All right, very, very significant downloads here. Whoever you are, there is a dollhouse involved. So whoever you and that person is, you guys have a daughter together. This is the energy. The daughter's name might be Taylor. Okay, I'm seeing innocence here. Okay, somebody feels like if they didn't do it, I didn't do it. This is the energy that I am getting here. Okay, definitely giving me the conversation of you burnt me, no I didn't. Okay, it is that type of energy. Drop kick. So that definitely a fight going on here. Okay, yeah, that's the energy that I am picking up on. All right, that could be significant to someone. All right, let me pull a few cards on that. Give me a few cards on those downloads, please. A few cards on those downloads. Okay, we got pain. That showed up in reverse here. Okay, when I picked it up, I looked at it first in reverse. Okay, we got Nabet. Okay, Nabet is Set's sister, Set, Isis, and Osiris. Okay, she is the goddess of mourning, but I put pain on here. Okay, so by pain showing up here in reverse, there's somebody here who's tired of being hurt. Okay, somebody's definitely living some sort of a dream. Okay, so I'm hearing a crow outside and Raven is barking. Oh, here she comes. Crow. Raven. Raven. Okay, so somebody is, there's a disruption. Okay, somebody is tired of getting hurt. Okay, somebody is tired of living a dream. All right, major disruption here. That whatever has happened recently has completely disrupted somebody's life. Somebody is awakening, okay, with Osar or Osiris. Okay, somebody is awakening and finding out that what they thought they were in, they are not actually in. Okay, you're taking very good, you're taking note of things, you're paying attention to everything. It's awareness. Okay, some sort of awakening, some sort of awareness. Okay, looking all around you. Okay, I'm going off of the signs that I'm looking at right now through Raven. Okay, she heard something very, very suspicious, very unknown. Okay, but there is some sort of a disagreement. two people at odds. One is grounded, one is trying to fly high. Okay, so whoever you are, if you are the female, if you, or the masculine, whoever you are, one is grounded and one is trying to fly. Okay, somebody's realizing that they have to leave something behind here. Okay, tired of getting hurt with pain being in reverse in dreams. Okay, so somebody may be selling you some sort of a pipe dream here. This is the energy that I am getting. Okay, so listen, the cards that came out yesterday was why. Okay, born with the blood. They didn't know your rank. Isis and Osiris. Separate, was that on separate cards? No, that wasn't on separate cards. They was on the same card. The power of self came out, and then truth. Okay, what I got from that is many people will want to know why things can't be done and you're born with the blood. Meanwhile, they didn't know your rank and fear your rank. Why does this fear cause hate? Because carrying the bloodline of the gods like Isis and Osiris means the incarnation of two gods that once walked in Africa. It is the power of self that will then become the threat. Speaking on self and the power we harness will become the threat. Okay, now what I got from that kind of gives me, history only repeats itself. So now you have to wonder, okay, at what point is the witch hunt, the Salem witch hunt, or the witch hunt period that goes back, that's dated back farther, at what point is that going to come back around again? Okay, because from what we see, there is a rise in, I guess you can consider us witches. Okay, there is a rise in that. Okay, I don't necessarily raise my hand to the name. However, there is a lot in that name. Okay, I did do a little bit of research because when I was making my cards, I was getting downloads for the cards, but I was also being urged to look it up as well. Okay, now as far as history repeating itself, okay, what you don't know about, I guess, witches. All right, Wicca. All right, how many of us have heard Wicca? Did you know that was male? Okay, witch or witche, okay, is female. So Wicca, Wicca, that's male, and Wicce or Wicceh, that's female. So how in the world have society come up with, okay, you can be in a Wiccan religion? Okay, why do they call it Wicca religion? Okay, when it's majority women, how come they didn't call it Witche or Wicca? Okay, this is the type of things that we have to start asking ourselves. Okay, there's a bottom line or a root to everything that we are seeing. It is a bottom line, and there is a root here. Okay, give me more on what I am speaking about. Okay, somebody could possibly be from Antarctica. All right, I do see Antarctica here, so somebody could be from Antarctica. All right, give me more. Again, at what point is the witch hunt going to come back? Okay, and who are those that are going to be hunted? Okay, we got to think about that. Oneness and sacred info. Okay, this is the energy here. When you become one with self, you tap into sacred information. Okay, and we're talking about witches, or what they consider us to be, witches. Okay, or Wicca. Okay, this is the energy here. Okay, you have to become one with self in order to tap into who you are, and in order to get the sacred information that they do not want you to have. All right, and this is the reason for all of the distraction here. Okay, I'm seeing automatic channeler here. Okay, so whoever you are an automatic channeler. Okay, this is the energy that I am getting. All right, you can do anything at any time and be channeling information or channeling feelings here. This is what I am seeing. Which, did you know witch means supernatural powers? That's all it means. It's somebody with supernatural powers, okay? But they will have you to think that it's wrong to be supernatural. It's wrong to have this ability, all right? If you look it up, witch means supernatural powers. That's it, okay? So why, you have to ask yourself, why were people being persecuted? Why were people being burned and tossed in the water, talking about if you can float or if you can swim, you're a witch. Okay, this is the energy. Okay, they called people witches because they had supernatural powers. This is their definition. When you look up Google, that is their definition of witch: supernatural powers. And it also says usually from a woman. Okay, so we have to stop being afraid of what it is and learn exactly what it is that we are hearing. Okay, what it is that we are seeing here. Okay, because they have attached witch to Halloween. Okay, where she looks horrible, she's green, and she's doing things. Okay, it's that type of energy. However, being a witch does not mean you have a cauldron and you're doing that Gargamel shit. Okay, it does not mean that. Being a witch means you have those supernatural abilities. Okay, just like Jesus did. So, question: it was Jesus a witch? All right. In my book, I would say yeah, because he had those supernatural abilities. And these are the things that they do not want you to awaken to. Okay. These are the things that you can tap into once you become oneness with self. Confirmation. Okay. Once you become one with self, you are able to tap into the sacred information. Okay. And that sacred information has to do with powers that you don't even know you have. Okay, sacred energy that you don't even know that you have here. Okay, this is the energy that I am getting. They have you living this standard life, this life where you will never ascend here. This is what I am seeing. Okay, this is the message that I am getting here. Okay, they have you living a life where you will not ascend. They want you to remain grounded. Remember, I'm going back to somebody being in the air and somebody being grounded here. Okay, so I'm getting that it's almost like a role reversal as well. Okay, not just with that personal situation I was just talking about with two people, and it was, Raven interrupted and was going through her thing, but I'm saying on a much higher level, you have those that want to keep you grounded, okay, while they ascend. Okay, and they ascend off of your energy, off of your information, off of what you do. Okay, this is the energy that I am getting here. Absorb here. Okay, I'm getting that they have they're trying to get you to absorb multiple things. Okay, multiple things to where you can't even process it. All right, this is the energy that I am getting. What do the body do? All right, what do the body do? Let's say you take iron. All right, and iron don't it absorb unless you have some sort of vitamin C as well. Okay, now what happens when you get all of this iron pumped into you but nothing is absorbing? Okay, it's almost is given like useless type of energy here. Okay, so I'm getting that they are affecting your ability to absorb information that you get. All right, this is what I am seeing here. Authentic healer, whoever you are an authentic healer. Okay, this is something that they do not want you to know, but you have to go on that quest. Okay, you have to go on that quest because you are a royal feminine. This is what I am seeing here. Okay, you are definitely a royal feminine. It's time for us to start acting like it. It's time for us to get into position of exactly who we are. Okay, is there some sort of a vendetta against women here? Okay, to the point to where they're even trying to turn men into women. Like, why are you trying to distort the actual woman? What is really going on? Okay, give me more on this energy here. Memory. Okay, they know that eventually you will begin to remember some things and the structure of you will change. Okay, this is what I am getting. Once you start to remember your royal self, your divine feminine or your divine masculine energy here, your structure of who you are will change. Okay, now this is another one. Isis. All right. Now, when you hear about Isis, all right, and this is the reason why we have to find out what names are, whose name is what. What is Jesus his real name? I wasn't playing when I said that shit yesterday, okay? Is Isis her real name? No, her name is Aset. Aset. Her name is Aset. All right. However, we are giving energy to a thing. We are giving energy to, I guess, the Greek mythology or the Greek version of her. Okay. But you notice that they're using these names in other things. Okay. They're using ISIS as a terrorist group. Okay, this is what they're using ISIS for. Okay, when people hear ISIS, they're not thinking the goddess. They're thinking this here. They're thinking some overseas. They're thinking people who's trying to do things. Okay, they're thinking of a militia. They're thinking of a bad group of people. You have to look at how they are distorting you from the root up. Okay? Because if you plant this in the soil, this is what we're going to think of the whole time that we're growing up. Okay? So think about, as a child, what were you taught? Okay? You were taught that Jesus was, okay, Christian, and he was going around doing this and doing that. Okay? What were you taught? What was put into your root? Okay? Anything that you know, did you go and research that shit yourself? All right? This is what we have to get into the mind frame of doing. And we also have to open up our minds enough to see exactly what they are doing with our gods here. Okay? This is what we have to see. All right? This is the energy here. All right? Start calling things what it is and by its name. Okay? I seen something today. All right? I have something in my house. Can you go get that? I have something in my house that for some strange reason, I look at it all the time. I don't quite know exactly where I want to put it. It's kind of collecting dust. It's sitting by my fireplace along with other things that I don't even know exactly where to set it up, right? Okay. I got channel of gods. Okay. You definitely channel the gods. All right. This is the energy that I am getting. You have a certain essence about you. All right. Now, this here, okay, I keep this in my living room. Now, what does that say? God bless our home. Okay, but today, for some strange reason, while I was making my cards, I read this completely different. And I was like, this is exactly how they trip us up and have us in low vibrational energy. Okay? Because I read it just like this: God, be less our home. Be less in our home. Okay? While we're sitting up here fucking saying, God, bless our home, it really means to be less in our home. Okay? Remember, I told you about the kumbaya. Kumbaya means come by here. Okay, come by here. But when you say bless, that means be less. Okay, God bless our home. All right, what does bless really mean? Okay, I saw it as be less. God, be less in our home. All right, so you have to be very, very cautious of what they already gave you to make you feel like something is sovereign, or to make you feel like something is divine, or something is just like, amen. Okay, they gave us that too. Now, what are they talking about? What are they saying? Okay, I'm getting that all of this type of stuff, it messes with your essence. Okay, it actually takes power from you and gives it to something else. Okay, so you have to be very, very mindful. I would never say, God, don't that no more. BLESS. I would never say that again. Okay, what I will say is, God, please enhance my home. All right, because right now I feel like that is the reason why poverty is surrounding us. That's the reason why poverty is in our homes. That's the reason why you have so many that believe in that, and they're saying certain things, but they don't know that it's inhibiting that power or that God to even come your way. Okay, that is the energy. Is I would rather say kumbaya than to say bless any day. Okay, because I'm not about to be less for nobody, and I'm not about to ask God to be less in my home. Okay, I want him to be more in my home, if anything. All right, so you have to think about the wording that they already gave you. You have to think about the information that they already gave you. Okay, just like back in the day, I was doing some sort of research. Okay, the research was about Noah and his three sons. Okay, Ham, Seth, and Japheth. Okay, and as I was doing this research, I realized, oh, them motherfuckers lied. Ham is not the black race. That is what I came up with. Ham isn't the black race. The Canaanites isn't the black race. The Canaanites is the white race. Okay, I did my research. I was looking in a regular Bible. I was looking in a Bible from 1970. I was looking in a Bible from the Ethiopians. Okay, and I put it all together. Okay, and you will find that is inconsistencies, and you will be able to see what has happened or what is going on. Okay, so when you see and read the information that they give you, you cannot just take it for face value. You have to do the research on that. Okay, when the Bible tells you about it's a Japheth, uh or was that Ham? Ham. Okay. The Bible tells you that Ham uh saw his father laying with no clothes on. So you gotta ask yourself, because he ended up God ended up cursing Ham's descendants. Okay? Catch it. He ended up cursing Canaan. All right? So now what did Ham do? Like, I know you the goddamn well you didn't get cursed because you saw your dad's body while he was asleep. No, no, no. No, no, no. And no, no, no. Again, like you didn't get your whole bloodline cursed because you saw your dad's body. All right? So now when you look at the movie that they gave you, you look at how Ham, quote unquote, was so mad that he wasn't able to take a girl. He wasn't, everybody got somebody and not me. Okay, look at the movie Noah. Okay, everybody got somebody but I don't have nobody. Okay, and he was supposed to wait until the sisters got older. Okay, so when you have a solitary kid or a solitary boy that is watching mom and dad be lovey-dovey and watching their brothers have wives and be lovey-dovey, what is he going through? Okay, what is his body going through? Don't he want to have relations with somebody too? Okay, so as I was doing what the research that I was doing, I came into some sort of information. Don't know how. Okay, I'm gonna give it to Thoth. Okay, it was Ham. Not just looking at his dad's body. His dad was drunk. His dad was wasted. What did you do to your dad? Ham? It's that type of energy. You can't just read these books and just be reading that shit because they gave it to you like a fucking novel. You got to look at what actually happened. No way that you came from seeing your dad, you walked past the tent and you saw he was butt ass naked, and you didn't go to your brothers laughing, talking about, ha ha ha, I seen dad's ass. That's not why you got cursed. That is not why you got cursed. Like, stop it. Cut it out. Quit playing. What did you do to your dad? Okay? Did you molest your dad? Did you actually assault your dad? Okay? Because his bloodline was cursed for a reason, and it was not because you just saw something. It was not that. Okay? And then the Bible will have you to think that these other two brothers walked backwards without looking at their dad's body to cover him up and throw the cover over dad. Okay, the Bible will have you to think that. Okay, they have left out information of homosexuality in that Bible. Okay, and why did they leave that out? Because they promote that. Okay, that is part of their agenda, so they wouldn't dare put that in there and make it look like that's the reason why the bloodline got cursed. You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. All right. But as I was digging and digging and digging and digging in the Ethiopian Bible, I also realized I don't think Ham was black. I don't think Ham was black at all. Okay. That confirmation. That is the energy. I don't think Ham was black at all. All right. All right, they will have you to think that Japheth was the white race. Okay, I don't believe that Japheth was white. Okay, I believe Japheth was of the dark race. Okay, it'll tell you what Enoch saw. He saw a white, was it cow's tray? He saw bulls, okay? He saw a white bull, he saw a red bull, and he saw the black bull, okay? And that was the representation of his sons. This is what Enoch saw, okay? This was like a vision that Enoch got before Noah even came. Okay, that type of energy. Now, when you read the Ethiopian Bible, you will see that it says that the white bull was casted out. The white bull left the situation. Okay? The white bull is the one that was cursed. Okay? So now, in order to put it together, you either have to come up with that conclusion that Ham was white or something else. Okay, because it was the white bull, not the red and not the black that was cast out. It was the white bull that separated. It was the white bull that parted. But when you look in the Christian Bible, I don't even know if they I forget whether or not that story right there is actually in. Is that in the actual Bible too? Okay, I don't even remember because I think that was like a missing book, and that's what we learned in the Ethiopian Bible. Okay, but it still tells you, I believe in the Christian Bible, it still tells you that that person was cursed. Okay, but in the Christian Bible, they tell you that that's Ham, all right, and you would be led to believe that this was a black race that's cursed, okay? So the whole time from child to growing up, you're thinking and believing that you are the cursed race when you are not. Okay, a lot of information have been left out, okay, and it was left out so that you do not have any type of future life. This is what I am getting here. All right, it was left out because so you would not have any future life. Okay, I'm seeing Wicca, all right, as being female. All right, Wicca as female. Okay, whoever you are, to whoever is this is in this energy here, you are very, very radiant. Okay, you possibly carry the name witch. You don't mind being called a witch here. Okay, this is the energy that I am picking up on. What's going on with this person? Give me more on this person. More on this female. Okay, you are definitely shining very, very bright. I am getting the energy of somebody definitely trying to disturb your peace here. Golden blood, you definitely have the blood here. Okay, this is the energy that I am getting. Okay, you function at a different frequency than most. All right, this is what I am seeing. You definitely carry the bloodline here. Okay, the eye of Ra, I'm sorry, the eye of Horus here. Okay, whoever you are possibly a seer here as well. Give me more. Okay, sovereign healer. All right, so you are definitely from that bloodline. And when I say that bloodline, okay, if we're gonna go off of Christianity, we just gonna say the bloodline of what y'all consider and want to call Jesus. Okay, emotional vampires. All right, you have to be very, very very careful of who it is that is surrounding you, who it is that is in your energy, because when you have an emotional vampire, an example of an emotional vampire is somebody who calls you, or you call that person and you be like, hey, you upbeat, okay, you in a good mood, and this person, you like, hey, what you doing, how you doing? This person like, I'm good, man. What's the matter with you? How come you acting like this and how come you acting like that? Cause you told me this and you told me that, okay? And once this person switch your mood, once you start responding in a lower vibrational way, okay? Emotional vampire, once this person changes your emotions, they're okay. All right? They're no longer down. All right, confirmation. That is what an emotional vampire is. All right, somebody who gets you sucked into a conversation or get you sucked into some sort of energy here. And once your emotion that you started off with is changed, okay, is alchemized for them, they're in a better mood. Okay, that's what an emotional vampire is. Okay, they wasn't feeling good all day, they didn't really want to be bothered all day, and then they show you a little bit of attitude and you done had the best day ever. Okay, but they show you a little bit of attitude today and you leave that situation like, well, dang, I don't know why, what's wrong with you? And you start empathizing and sympathizing as an empath. Okay, you start empathizing with this person, and now you are now in that energy that they are in, and it's almost like they made you alchemize, or they made you transmute that energy, because now they're fine and now they're gonna go ahead and dismiss you, and you're left with some sort of emotions that you didn't even start with. Okay, this is the energy. Okay, we have to be very, very mindful of what we are, who we are, and who we're around. All right, 522 is significant. May 22nd is significant here. Anything else, ancestors? Feminine. This is a feminine. Okay, this is a feminine here. Okay, now another thing when it comes to feminine energy, okay, feminine, look at the last letters, the last, that spells nine. Okay, nine is completion. Okay, the feminine completed everything. The feminine is the one who completes it all. All right, this is the energy here. I'm seeing integrate is the woman who was able to integrate certain things. Okay, nine, and then at the back of this we got six when we're talking about the feminine here. Okay, think about it. The frequency of the gods is 963. Okay, the frequency of the gods is 963 hertz. Okay, however, we've been told that the key to life is in the 369. Okay, backwards, it's flipped. Okay, the 963 is the frequency of the gods, but this world has you believing that 369, the 963 backwards, okay, is the frequency, or is what you need in order to figure out life. Okay, I have a fly in here. Okay, that's confirmation. That fly is confirmation. Okay, look it up, 963, and I'm gonna tell you what happened when I looked at it. When I looked it up, okay, because somebody shared that with me. All right, when I looked up what 963 hertz meant, it said the frequency of the gods with an S. All right, and I didn't screenshot it, but the next time that I went and looked it up, it said frequency of God. They had taken off the S, and I cannot get back to where it said God's. Okay, so understand what you have been told. Do the research yourself. Okay, now when I went and looked up 369 hertz, all right, they trying to say it ain't no hertz. That ain't they talking about Nikola Tesla when you do the 369. Okay, they attaching the 369 to Tesla. They're attaching the 369 to Nikola Tesla. Okay, and it's like, wait, what? Okay, so you got 369 that you telling everybody is the key to life, or is the code, and once you figure this out, you will know everything you need to know, and this, that, and the other. This number here is attached to man, but when you read it the other way, it's attached to the gods. So now make it make sense. Why are you trying to keep my mind off of the 963? Why did you flip that? Okay, so that when you look it up, the way that you got me looking it up, 369, you got everybody doing research on 369. Okay, information that they possibly placed there. Okay, but no one's looking at it the other way, 963. Okay, I wouldn't have never known to look at it backwards. Okay, and looking at it backwards, 963 hertz. Okay, that is the frequency of the gods. All right, so why is that not the key to life? Why is that not the code? Okay, it's still the same numbers, but why do you have us going 369 versus 963? Okay, the feminine, the feminine has a 9 at the end of her name. Okay, which means if she is 963, okay, she resides with the gods. Okay, she is the one that has that close connection with the gods. Okay, the frequency of the gods start with 9. Okay, so we have to start looking into things. Wow, a set has come out again with magic here. Okay, that is the key to life. Your magic is the key to life here, and we have to really start thinking about the things that we are seeing. Okay, think about the things that you are seeing. Go on that journey, go on that quest for who you truly are. Okay, because they definitely are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Okay, the shades, they're trying to pull the shades down so you don't know, so that you don't understand. But you have to get out here and start asking those crazy ass questions. Okay, the questions that I ask. All right, the questions that we need to be asking. Okay, why in the fuck don't our body repair anywhere else? Why do the teeth grow back? Why do the hair grow back? Why do the skin grow back? Why do the nails grow back? Why in the fuck can I chip off one of my thumbs, knock off one of my thumbs, and that bitch grow back? Why can't my body do that if my body can do that? Okay, this is what you have to ask yourself. All right, conscious seeker. Be a conscious seeker. Okay, a conscious seeker is somebody who's seeking something in an aware state. Okay, a conscious seeker is somebody who's looking for that answer. For real, for real. Not is this a fucking rhetorical question where we don't need no answer, because that is how shit is being played out now. Okay, every question we ask, I wonder why we can't grow no limb back. And it's rhetorical. Okay, nobody even butts in and say, well, if we could do this, and it's not even up for topic, it's not even a conversation. Okay, but you walking around with phantom pain. Okay, what the fuck? If I get my leg cut off at the knee, why in the fuck can I feel pain in my ankle that's no longer there? Like, y'all have to start asking these questions. All right, in nursing class, there is a such thing as phantom pain, okay? And it is where you will feel pain in the area that is not even no longer there. So why is it if somebody get their knee cut off, their leg cut off from the knee down, they don't have a foot, they don't have a calf, they don't have an ankle, they don't have none of that. However, there is a thing that you can experience, a thing called phantom pain, okay? And that phantom pain is occurring in a location of your body that no longer exists, that is no longer there. Why? Is it because that shit still exists in my mind? Is it because my memory has been programmed for years to know that I got a left lower leg? Okay? And when that bitch get cut off, now I have to try to forget that I ever had that left lower leg. Okay? It is the power of your mind. If you could still feel fucking pain in the area of your leg that is no longer there, you have to think outside the box. What is going on with that? What is going on with that? Okay. And why is that even a diagnosis? Why can somebody have that in their chart? Okay. All right. Why can somebody get a pain pill? Tell me. Tell me. Make that shit make sense. How come you can still get diagnosed as having phantom pain? What the fuck type sense do that make? If that is not there, if that limb is not there, how can you diagnose me with phantom pain and give me a pain pill for it, and it ain't even there? Oh, it's just another reason to get your pill in my body then, because it don't make sense. Do it make sense to you that somebody can have in their diagnosis phantom pain? Okay, so if you writing, if you're a doctor and you're writing that somebody has phantom pain, then you're agreeing that they can feel a part of their motherfucking leg that ain't even no longer there. So what do you know that I don't know? Type shit. What do you know about my missing limb that I don't fucking know no more? Okay, that type shit. Okay, we have to go on that quest. Okay, this is the energy. We have to go on that quest. Somebody's an air sign. Wow, strategize. Okay, I'm seeing air sign. All right, somebody could be from Africa. All right, and I'm seeing healing presence here as well. All right, so whoever I am talking to, you are an air sign possibly. Okay, wow. And you definitely have a healing presence. Okay, you could have even started off in Africa. All right, this is the energy that I am picking up on. All right, listen, a lot of people gonna want to know, who is she? All right, I'm divinely faceted. Okay, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.